Welcome to Pet Food Forum TV, bringing you all the exciting coverage from Pet Food Forum 2016. I'll be your host, keeping you up to date on everything Pet Food Forum related right here on this channel. Now stay tuned for interviews with industry experts, features from the show floor, and the daily highlights. With learning sessions from industry experts, networking opportunities, and up to 100,000 square feet of exhibits, this is the place to see and be seen by the industry buyers and influencers. Pet Food Forum TV is sponsored by Extrutech, Thiele Technologies, and Trow Nutrition. We're coming to you from Kansas City, Missouri, the heart of the animal health corridor. Be sure to join us online. We have an exciting day for you today. Here are a few of the upcoming events you don't want to miss. After breakfast, head over to the opening keynote from Victoria Stilwell. Victoria is star of It's Me or the Dog on Animal Planet, a judge on CBS's Greatest American Dog, and internationally known dog trainer. She provides a multimedia experience and behind-the-scenes look at her travels and work with some of the world's most unruly and dangerous dogs. Then, Maria Lang, Business Group Director for GfK's Pet Specialty Sales Tracking, brings you up to date on the trends driving the pet retail market today. Her session, Making Sense of Pet Food Specialty Trends in 2016, shares data on the emerging category of raw infused kibble and looks over the horizon for new trends likely to shape the market in the months and years to come. After lunch, there are over 15 sessions offered with some of the industry's top speakers on a range of industry topics. Don't miss the free reception featuring a beer tasting from a local Kansas City brewery. We'll be right back with an interview from the show floor.
With a focus on food safety, 1SG was started to assist our clients with pet food facility design, as well as to assist them with their pet food product development.
Hi, my name is Jim Scott, and I'm presenting to you Raw's Natural Pet Food.
One solution, why one solution? Not just extrusion expertise, food safety expertise, but how about doing things that have never been done before? Their guidance is instrumental, not just on recipe and being a thought partner with formulation, but can you produce it? Will it process? Can you process it safely? Who can process it for you? So we're very comfortable with the One Solutions group to help us as we grow in the future for product development.
Now we continually work with Ross and the co-manufacturer to make sure that their standards are met.
Hi, Kristen Levine here for Pet Food Forum TV. We are here at the Pet Food Innovation Workshop with very special guest, Greg Aldrich. You are with PFF Nutrition, and you're also a research professor at Kansas State University.
That's correct, and I also wear another hat this week, especially with some of the activities we have underway with the Pet Food Innovation Workshop. Yep. I'm part of the organizing committee with Watt Global Media, and we've got a whole lot of folks here today in with the workshop at the Olathe Innovation Center. to be able to experience hands-on a number of new technologies in the pet food area.
And I'm hearing great things. People love the workshop. They love getting their hands dirty, so you're onto something good here.
That's absolutely wonderful. Because I feel like if we can get people's hands dirty, we can get them engaged in the process of manufacturing a food themselves, even if it's a small amount at a bench top, that breaks down some of those barriers. It takes it from being an abstract thing that we learn in a classroom to something real that we can get our hands around. And that tactile sensation also drops those barriers to introducing and meeting new people.
Sure, and that's one of the goals of the forum, correct?
Exactly.
Meeting new people, innovation,
exactly.
What else?
Well, we want to be able to get the suppliers of equipment and ingredients to connect with the manufacturers and marketers of pet food so that they can find solutions, the manufacturers that is, can find solutions that they can take back to their own facilities to solve some of those challenges that they may have in new product development and create new solutions, new ideas for products in the marketplace.
Sure.
So this is kind of where it happens here in Kansas City.
Novel proteins, you're talking about this at the conference. Tell me what it is, why is it important?
So the meats and novel proteins is really sort of our theme this week, and the general idea is that meat, especially meat first or meat proteins, and then some of the cases, novel proteins are really what's driving the bus in this whole area of innovation in pet food. We're seeing a lot of new products introduced into that category. That's where the growth is. It's double-digit growth. The rest of the complex is relatively flat. It's still solid growth or solid volume, but we're seeing most of the growth in the meat areas. Most of us associate the pet food as being a supply of food for our carnivores. Dogs and cats are primarily carnivores or have a carnivorous nature, and so we really associate meat as being a primary part of their diet. And as such, a lot of the meat sources that we've had in the past are either becoming more challenging to acquire, the quality may be changing over time as we grow more people in the world and have a greater pressure on the meat supply. And then the third thing is we're seeing a lot of interest and excitement around novel proteins, and those are proteins that we wouldn't ordinarily think of feeding to pets.
Like, name some of them.
One of the most popular we were talking about earlier today with some of the market surveys were bison and buffalo, duck, rabbit, venison. Some of the things that you wouldn't ordinarily think of when we're talking about pet food.
And what are the health benefits with those novel proteins?
Well, many of them, the primary health benefit with some of the novel proteins is that they are exclusive or unique, okay? So if you have an animal that had previously had some sort of an allergen or some sort of sensitivity to a protein, then we would put them on an alternative or novel protein, something they'd not seen before. And so there was some value to that. I think, frankly, a lot of consumers out there are really kind of exposing their animals some of the same things that they want to see in their own diet. And they like the novel, the whimsical, the new, the different.
Right.
Whether the animal really benefits or not is not quite known yet, but we feel good about it. And so if we're feeding them high quality foods with novel proteins, then by virtue or by default, they're going to be better off.
Right. Is there a difference between the novel proteins available for dogs versus cats? Or that we would feed to dogs or cats?
Great question. Not so much. Generally speaking, in our pet food manufacturing facilities, we're producing food for both cats and dogs simultaneously. And so if we have a supply of an ingredient coming into the factory, then we're going to use that in either of the diets. Now, there are certainly some preferences, and most of those preferences are somewhat rooted in the animal's taste or liking, but more than likely it's the human pet owner or pet parent that has a preference for one of those ingredients over another, and they feel better about what they're doing for their pet.
And one other question about the novel proteins, is there ultimately going to be a challenge with the supply of those novel proteins?
Sure, and that's continuing to give us challenges, and that's why many of the novel proteins actually fit better with some of the smaller startup companies because the volumes match. Now, as we introduce new ingredients into the pet market, let's say hypothetically it was crocodile. Crocodile would have to be something that's actually got an established human food supply chain, and then pet sort of fits alongside. Pet in many cases is what really gives the human food meat industry especially a chance to survive. We are a part of that whole meat complex.
Right. Great information, thank you. I look forward to learning more this week, and we will be back for Pet Food Forum TV with some more interviews.
Each day, Trow Nutrition helps pets around the world live a happier, healthier life. Trow Nutrition is an international leader providing the companion animal industry with science-based ingredients. Our efforts lead to discovery and introduction of new, unique, and improved pet food formulas for our customers. Trusted, premium, focused, safe. Blending resources and innovative solutions is our foundation of creating long-term relationships with some of the leading pet food companies in the world.
Welcome back to Pet Food Forum TV. I'm your host, Kristen Levine, and I'm here now with Dr. Ken Wilson. You are the head of technical services at Simmons Feed Ingredients.
That's me.
So, Dr. Wilson, just to get started, tell us a little bit about what Simmons Feed Ingredients does.
Simmons Feed Ingredient is part of a three-legged stool, as we like to call it. Simmons Foods, Simmons Pet Food, and then Simmons Feed Ingredients. We're all part of the Simmons Food family. We take the parts that come out of a processing facility, a poultry or a turkey, chicken, pepper, and manufacture them into high quality pet food ingredients that go on to further use into dry pet foods or canned. And then we also do some specialty stuff like ProTemp and Palatants and ProCal, some of those things that offer ancillary connections to other industries as well as the pet food industry.
Okay. Let's talk about traceability of ingredients. Your customers want to be able to trace them, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And why is that so important?
Well, traceability revolves around the ability to correct a problem. Let's say if my customer A has a problem with a proximate analysis or a contamination, they want to be able to get to me and isolate the problem and then ultimately determine if I was the impact to the problem or if my supplier was a problem. So we need to be able to connect the dots of the peoples, the processes, and ultimately the product so that we can mitigate any exposure our customer may have.
And how has traceability evolved in the pet food world over the past few years?
In the last few years, initially, traceability used to be the first person that we come in contact with, i.e. our supplier, to maybe the pet food manufacturer. Now with the change of FSMA and the regulatory rules, we need to be able potentially to get all the way to the bag or the can, maybe all the way to the egg or the pasture that the calf was born in to connect our ingredients.
Right. Now, will the end consumer be able to know where the ingredients originated from?
That's a tricky question, and not for lack of transparency, because most pet food manufacturers are fairly transparent that they can be able to trace the ingredients if someone was concerned about it. Most people are going to want to know it's safe, nutritionally sound in terms of the growing practices, it's beneficial to their animal, that there's no harmful, and AFCO does a really good job of managing that particular aspect of it. And then we have to perform compliance mandates for our customers so that we know that we're operating within the bounds of their expectations, and then their expectations are what the customer wants of them.
And to what extent does traceability affect the price, the end price?
Well, traceability, it can have a large impact on price because if traceability revolves around organic or natural or GMO or gluten-free, you have to be able to trace all of those ingredients and be able to exclude them if you're trying to make a brand claim or a name claim. So you have to account for your impact to that overall nutritional label on the bag or the can. So you have to know, and at times that can cost quite a bit to obtain that desired disposition.
And what do you see for the future of traceability?
I only see it getting more specific. You know, I mentioned people, processes, and products. Products tend to be at the core of traceability, but we're also going to need to be able to account for our manufacturing practices, maybe the people that handle it, the intercessories, the intermediaries, you know, like who did we sell to and then they further sold it to, or who did we buy to and then they further bought it. So we're going to have to be able to account for all of their behaviors around those events of sales and origins and ultimate disposition of destination.
And what do you hope to accomplish at the show?
I hope that we're able to, one, have an impact on our community, that being pet food manufacturers, other feed ingredient manufacturers, as well as share knowledge and gain insight and retrospect upon where we've come from a year and where we're going to go, and then connect with our customer base and potential opportunities with new customers.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate your time, Doc. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
And we'll be back with more great interviews here at Pet Food Forum TV.
Thiele Technologies, a Barry Waymiller company, symbolizes excellence in the design and application of packaging machinery technology. Our professionalism, workmanship, and commitment to customer service are all evident in our finished products and with our position in the pet food industry. Introducing SciMac Bag Palletizing, which features superior load stability to conventional robotic applications. Thiele Technologies, uniting the brands you know and trust.
We have an exciting day for you today. Here are a few of the upcoming events you don't want to miss. After breakfast, head over to the opening keynote from Victoria Stilwell. Victoria is star of It's Me or the Dog on Animal Planet, a judge on CBS's Greatest American Dog, and internationally known dog trainer. She provides a multimedia experience and behind-the-scenes look at her travels and work with some of the world's most unruly and dangerous dogs. Then, Maria Lang, Business Group Director for GfK's Pet Specialty Sales Tracking, brings you up to date on the trends driving the pet retail market today. Her session, Making Sense of Pet Food Specialty Trends in 2016, shares data on the emerging category of raw infused kibble and looks over the horizon for new trends likely to shape the market in the months and years to come. After lunch, there are over 15 sessions offered with some of the industry's top speakers on a range of industry topics. Don't miss the free reception featuring a beer tasting from a local Kansas City brewery. We'll be right back with an interview from the show floor.
You should evaluate equipment architecture, processing flexibility, controls architecture, and ingredient selection to get a high-quality finished product.
The highest quality that we find the most challenging to deal with is a mechanically deboned, mechanically emulsified, unadulterated, never frozen fresh meat source.
We need to keep in mind that simply changes in ingredient selection do not constitute a high meat product.
Welcome back to Pet Food Forum TV. I'm your host, Kristen Levine, and we're here with a very special guest. His name is Mike Hooper. You are the Marketing Director for Trouw US.
That's right.
Excellent. Thanks for joining us and for your time today.
Well, thank you for having me.
I know that everybody knows who Trouw is, but there's probably some things they don't know about you, right?
Right.
Okay, so fill us in on that.
Well, we would hope that they would know everything about Trouw. We work real hard to do that, but actually we're a global company. Most people think that we're only involved with pet food in the United States, and particularly in the premium and super premium blends and products. But we're actually all over the world, and we have almost 11,000 employees. We have manufacturing facilities in over 30 countries, and we sell products and service products in over 100 countries worldwide. And so we're into livestock, pets, and aquaculture, actually.
Wow, terrific.
Yeah.
Keeping you busy.
Yes, it's a big company, that's for sure.
So in the U.S., one of your main focuses, though, is pet nutrition.
Right.
So tell us about that.
Yeah, we've really grown a lot in the last 12, 13 years. We have our headquarters are in Highland, Illinois. We actually saw that there was going to be a need to split our business and focus only on pet food because of the demands of the pet parents, and we kind of read that early on. And actually, Trouw Nutrition and pet parents really go very well together because we We focus on safety, we focus on the health and well-being of the pets. That's the utmost, and so that's why we stay involved with research and innovation to try to help these pets live a longer, healthier life.
Right, and you're known as the leading supplier for premium and super premium blends.
Yes, that's right. And we traditionally concentrate on vitamins, trace minerals, fruits and vegetables, and I tell you, every year, Kristen, it gets more and more complex. It amazes me what some of these top pet food companies come up with, and trail mixes and all kinds of wonderful things for our pets.
So Mike, talk to me a little bit more about the safety and the quality, because they go hand in hand, don't they?
Sure, and that's the most important for us. It's our number one priority. The health and well-being of the pets and their safety is upmost. So we work real hard with our suppliers. We probably are known to have the most stringent quality constraints for suppliers, but I think our customers and our consumers thank us for that, and so yeah, it's always going to be our number one focus for sure.
Excellent. Well, the consumers are certainly going to benefit from that, and the pets are going to benefit from that. And what do you see trend-wise happening with our consumers and generationally speaking?
Yeah, boy, what do you think?
I don't know, where's the crystal ball?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, I know that. No, it's certainly the populations of the dog in the United States is flattening out a bit. The cat population is actually still growing some, so as the younger generations tend to gravitate more towards a cat, I think so it's a little less maintenance, so it gives them a little more freedom at night. But certainly different generations, the size, the breed size is going down. Most people are coming in with toy pets or miniatures at least. But we're also seeing that not only do they have one, but they'll have two if they go down in breed size. So yeah, it's going to be interesting what happens.
Excellent. Well, I'll watch it with you.
Okay,
and we'll
very
be back
good.
here next year.
Wonderful.
Thanks so much, Mike. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And stick around. We've got some more interviews coming up on Pet Food Forum TV.
Each day, Trow Nutrition helps pets around the world live a happier, healthier life. Trow Nutrition is an international leader providing the companion animal industry with science-based ingredients. Our efforts lead to discovery and introduction of new, unique, and improved pet food formulas for our customers. Trusted, premium, focused, safe. Blending resources and innovative solutions is the right formula to build your pet food business. Trow Nutrition USA is committed to providing superior quality and safe solutions. We pride ourselves on taking the necessary steps to confirm that ingredients and finished blends meet or exceed our customers' standards. Trow's Pet Food Ready quality program safeguards the integrity of our products and ingredient blends. Trow Nutrition has been a leader for decades, blending resources and innovative solutions. Give us the opportunity to create the right formula for you.
Hi there, we're back here with Pet Food Forum TV. I'm your host, Kristen Levine, and these are my two new friends from Lordshire, Lisa Kidd and Lane Lott. Thanks for joining us today.
You bet.
Appreciate it. And you're an account executive, and Lane, you are business and sales development, right?
That's correct.
Okay, last time you checked.
Last time I checked.
Right. Okay, so talk to me about Lordshire. You provide mill support, but you do a lot of things for your customers.
We do. We are milling support, and so we'll do the dry portion of a pet food kibble or a treat. And so we can do the complete flour, we can do a component blend of it, we can do one or two ingredients together, we can process it, have it completely ready for extrusion or baking, or we can have it just simply rough milled and they can finish grind at their own location.
Right, right. And there are other supportive type of services you provide to your customers as well, right?
Right, so, you know, pet food company comes to us, or an aspiring pet food company. We can help them get started with innovation, we can help them develop diets, we can help them do with formulation. We can hook them up with people in marketing, ingredient sourcing, the whole 9 yards.
Fantastic. Now, Lisa, we were talking earlier about some of the ingredients that y'all provide. And see, I said y'all just because I'm standing here.
You're doing good.
Give her the cowboy hat.
Can you talk to us about some of the ingredients that people might be surprised?
Yeah, so we have, gosh, over 650 ingredients boarded in our facility for approval and use in our pet food formulations. And it really ranges from anywhere from, you got your meat meals, we have some really unique, novel aquatic proteins. You got your fruit and veggies, kind of like we were talking about apricots or dried apples, blueberries, and then you got your premixes and probiotics. It's really the whole complete gamma of everything. So, yeah.
And what percentage of those ingredients would be certified organic?
Well, we do offer certified organic. We are organic certified for our ingredients, and I would say probably a good
25, 30.
30%. And we do that. We have a lot of our large customers are organic certified, and they produce out in organic diets out in the industry. And so we feel to be diverse and to certify them to help them. We want to be certified and have those abilities and options for them. And not just organic. We also have we're EU certified. We have options to non-GMO ingredients, grain-free, even conventional. So we're really diverse in what we're able to offer for our customers.
That's fantastic. And then you mentioned earlier, Lane, that you can even help your clients become certified organic.
We can. We have people on staff that are very well versed in what it takes to becoming organic certified, whether it's through OCIA or Oregon Till. We can help them get their facilities set up. Or if they just want to have several diets, we can make that diet for them and help them certify just that system, where we'll blow the dry flour in, and then that system is needed to be certified for them to get organic.
You make it sound easy.
It is. Up to it. Just call us.
And you mentioned also that you're building a new plant.
We are. And so this is our third location. Our main plant's in Bern, Kansas. We have a conversion toting facility in Seneca, Kansas. And then our newest facility is going to be in Brownwood, Texas. And there's not one out there like it. We can do micro blends, we can convert, we have rail, we can do the finished flour. We're warehousing and distributing ingredients out of there, so the whole 9 yards.
Excellent. When will that be open?
August of this year, August 2016.
Okay. Fantastic, congratulations. Last question for y'all. What do you see in the future for what you provide the customers? What trends or changes do you see coming?
Right, and so, as FSMA's come to be, is now in law, we've been on the forefront of that. We've had people on committees with AFIA and other organizations, and so we're ready for that. We're SQF Level 2 certified, and of course Lisa said organic, EU certified. And so we're trying to help customers who aren't ready yet. We have people on staff who can go out and walk them through what it takes to build a HACCP plan, or to get SQF certified, or some of the other certifications like AIB, which we've done that one as well. So we can support them in just about anything they want to do, except we don't make the finished product.
Right. Excellent. Well, you guys keep up the great work. Thanks for your time today. Lisa Kidd and Lane Lott from Lordshire. Visit them at, what's your booth number?
Number 630.
Number 630. And we'll be back with more Pet Food Forum TV. Thank you for watching Pet Food Forum TV. And don't miss our other events coming soon. Be sure to join the pet food industry community online.